Welcome to another special episode of Wanted with me, Jonathan. This story is really sensational because a quiet village in Mandya heard gunshots for the first time. It wasn't one shot either, but 10. Who shot who and why? Take a look to find out more. Mandya has been in the news for the past 1 year after Sumalata Ambrish trounced Nikhil Kumaraswamy in the Lok Sabha elections of 2019. The battle between the two debutante politicians drew statewide interest. But since then, Mandya has only been in the news solely for rising crime rate. But before we tell you about the crime rate in the sugar bowl of Karnataka, take a look at the main characters in the episode. This is Rajama. Rajama originally hails from Gonalu village in Hallaguru of Mandya district. She got married to a man named Muniraju, who reportedly committed suicide, unable to bear loan burden. Since then, Rajama got close to Muniraju's cousin Shivanna a few years ago and married him.
ಅವ್ರ ಸತ್ತೋದ ಗಂಡ ಅವ್ರ ದೊಡ್ಡಪ್ಪನ ಮಗ ಇವ ಮೂರ್ನಾಲ್ಕು ವರ್ಷ ಆಯಿತು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಹಾಲಿ
ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ.
Rajama had 2 children by her late husband. Shivanna and Rajama had set up a small shop in Gonalu and lived in Rajama's father's house along with the rest of the family. But everything was not as smooth as Rajama hoped for it to be. She had several relatives who disliked her, but she did not know this. Now take a look at this man. This is Ravi. Ravi too was a resident of Gonalu village and was a neighbor of Rajama. Ravi's father Chandru had died in June 2019. Ravi suspected that his father was poisoned, though the autopsy reports had claimed that he had died due to a heart ailment. Ravi was sure someone had poisoned his father and he was looking for revenge. He had even vowed openly that he would avenge his father's death. He was looking for the person who poisoned his father. Something had prompted him to believe that the killer was Rajama. Someone who did not like Rajama had told Ravi that Rajama had poisoned his father, so Ravi wanted to kill her. He had tried to kill her on many occasions but was thwarted as there were always too many people in the house. And killing was not easy. So he planned it well. He procured a gun from the neighboring district. Yes, a gun so he could shoot Rajama from a distance and get away with it. It was the 7th of October, the day when most people in the district celebrated Ayudha Puja. Ravi was convinced that it would be the perfect time to kill her. That evening, he hid under a bush outside Rajama's house. Ravi had no experience of handling a gun, but he didn't think it would be difficult for him to handle the gun. After all, he thought, all you have to do is just aim and shoot. So he waited for Rajama to come out of the house alone, so he could pull the trigger, kill her, and get away. He saw that Rajama and her husband returned home in their goods auto. They had done some shopping for the Vijay Dashami festival. Ravi picked up his gun and took aim at Rajama. just a matter of seconds before he would pull the trigger. Rajama had come to the shop outside to arrange eggs she had bought in the market. She had just taken out a tray of eggs when people heard sounds like firecrackers going off. They all rushed outside to see what had happened. That is when they saw that Rajama had collapsed on the ground. The eggs she carried were strewn on the ground. Rajama was bleeding, and around the shutter of her stove there were marks of bullets fired. They were all shocked. They tried to look around and see who had done it, but Ravi had fled. No one had a clue who the shooter was. But the neighbors didn't waste any time looking for the shooter. Instead, they shifted Rajama to the closest hospital. The rural hospital wasn't equipped to treat her, so they rushed her to a hospital in Mandya town. But the doctors there were not equipped to treat her either, so they gave her some first aid and asked the family to shift her to Victoria Hospital in Bengaluru. When Rajama was admitted at the Victoria Hospital, the doctors were not confident that she would survive. Her pulse was low, she had lost a lot of blood, lost consciousness, and had several bullet wounds. But her family insisted that she be operated upon, giving her a chance of survival. The doctors made the family sign some documents and proceeded to operate on her. Luckily for Rajama, she had got to the hospital just in time and she survived. Yes, look at Rajama.
ನೋಡು ಒಂಚೂರ ಮಾತಾಡು ಕಾನೂನು ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದೆ ನೋಡ್ದ ಅವ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ.
She is still critical, but at least she is alive.
ಹಾಂ ಮಾತಾಡು ಒಂಚೂರ ನೋಡ್ದ ಹಾಂ ಇತ್ತೆ ತಿರುಗಿ ಒಂಚೂರ ಹಾಂ ಒಂಚೂರು ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ ಅವನೇ ಹೊಡೆದವನು. ಹಾಂ
7 ಗಂಟೆಲಾಯಿತು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಳಗಿದ್ವಿ. ಒಳಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಮ್ಮ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನ ಜೋಡಿಸ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಲೋಟ ತೊಳಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಒಳಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಳಗೆ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಏನೋ ಪಟಾಕಿ ಸಿಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಆಯಿತು. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಕೊಂಡು ಈಚೆಗೆ ಬಂದ್ವಿ. ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಜೋಡಿಸ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಹೊಡೆದೇಟ್ಗೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಬಿಡ್ತು. ರಕ್ತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹರಿತಾಯಿತ್ತು. ಅದೇ ಆಟೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ತಗೊಂಡೋದ್ರು. ಅದೇ ಆಟೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರು. ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಯ್ತು. ಮಳವಳ್ಳಿಲಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಗೂರಲ್ಲೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಮಂಡ್ಯದಲ್ಲೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋದ್ರು.
It was only when the doctors treated her in Bengaluru did they realize that she had injuries in her arm and torso. She had some broken ribs after she had collapsed to the floor. But one bullet was inside her body when the doctors operated her and removed it. Luckily for Rajama, none of the bullets had hit her directly. From what the doctors told the family, the bullets ricocheted and struck her in the stomach, piercing it. But that had done enough damage to her internal organs.
ಅದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಅತ್ತಿಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಸರ್, ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಇವರು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದವರು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ನ. ಅದೇ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂಜಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿದ್ದು ಈ ಕಿಬ್ರಿಲಿ ನುಗ್ಗಿ 2 ಕಿಬ್ರಿ ಮುರಿದೋಗಿ ಈ 3 ಬಾಲ್ಸು ಕಿಬ್ರಿಲಿದ್ವಂತೆ. ಅದು ಆಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಂತೆ. ನಾನಂತ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೋಗಿರೋರು ಮುಖನೂ ತೋರಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು 2 ದಿನ ಇದ್ದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಂದರು. ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು ಆಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಈ ಕೇಸು, ಇದು ನಮಗೇನು ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇವಳು ಉಳ್ಕೊತಾಳೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಬ್ಬರು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸರ್. ಆಗ ನನ್ನ ಬಾಮೈದ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರ, ಅವರು ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ರು ಸಾಯಿದಿದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ರು ಸತ್ತೋಯ್ತಾಳೆ, ಹಿಂಗಿದ್ರು ಸತ್ತೋಯ್ತಾಳೆ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ನಡೆದು ಈಗ ಮಾಮೂಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿರೋದಲ್ಲೇ ಐಸಿ ವಾರ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಳಂತೆ ಸರ್.
Rajama is very critical. She has difficulty breathing. The shock has affected her memory and her recovery time has been delayed due to loss of blood and damage to internal organs.
ಇವಾಗ ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದೆ. ಅವರು ತುಂಬ ಚಿಂತಾಜನಕ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕೃತಕ ಉಸಿರಾಟದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಇವಾಗಲೇ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಎಡಗಡೆ ತೋಳಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಕೊಲಾಪ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಗುಂಡಿತ್ತು. ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಆಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೆಗೆದವ್ರೆ. ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಕರಳೆಲ್ಲ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನು ತುಂಬ ಚಿಂತಾಜನಕ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ICUಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
Rajama comes from an extremely poor family. Her husband works odd jobs during agricultural season while she runs a small shop. The family cannot afford surgery, treatment and prolonged stay at the ICU.
ಅಲ್ಗೂರು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವರು ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟವರು ಸೂಕ್ತ ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತು ರಾಜಮ್ಮಳ ಈ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಗೆ ಕಾರಣವಾದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಕಠಿಣ ಒಂದು ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತೆ ಆಕೆಗೆ ನ್ಯಾಯ ದೊರಕಿಸ್ಕೊಡೋ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮತ್ತು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಇಲಾಖೆಯ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಸಚಿವರು ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂಥ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಗಮನವಹಿಸಿ ಆಕೆಗೆ ಸೂಕ್ತವಾದ ಸಹಾಯ ದೊರಕಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತು ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಹಾಗೆ ಸೂಕ್ತ ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು.
Meanwhile, in Mandya, the case had become the talk of the town. In Gunnalu, everyone had been talking about hearing gunshots. At first, everyone had thought it was a cracker. But when they heard about what had happened, they were all shocked. The cops had been alerted about the situation too. The cops rushed to the spot to see what had happened. When they noticed the bullet marks on the walls and the shutters, they called the forensic team, the ballistic experts and the dog squads. The forensic team tried to look for fingerprints near the crime scene, but they got nothing. The dog squad did not know what scent to follow, but the ballistic team found something that would help the cops crack the case. They examined the empty shells and found that the gun which had fired these rounds was a country-made revolver. The cops were shocked. They did not expect that someone would have procured country-made pistols. They were under severe pressure now. Firstly, the crime rates in Mandya had been increasing. Now they had heard gunshots, and finally the biggest task on their hands was to find the shooter. The cops knew that he was still armed. They did not know how many rounds he still had. They did not know if the shooter had fired at Rajama with a motive or if he had just used her as a practice target.
ಒಂಚೂರ ನೋಡ್ದ ಹಾಂ ಮತ್ತೆ ತಿರುಗಿ ಒಂಚೂರ ಹಾಂ ಒಂಚೂರು.
One thing was for sure, looking at all the rounds that he had missed, the cops knew he wasn't a professional killer, but they had to nab him nevertheless. By then, the residents of the village were already scared, knowing that there was an armed gunman who was on the prowl. Were the cops able to crack the case and put the shooter behind bars? As part of our special episode, we told you how a woman named Rajamma was shot at. We have even told you that Ravi was the one who shot her. But the cops did not know that. Now we can tell you that the cops caught Ravi. But how did they catch him? And what did he reveal to the cops? Take a look, as you will be shocked.
ಒಟ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಕಡೆ ಹೋದ್ ನಾವು?
This is Rajamma. She was shot on the evening of 7th October. Her shooter was Ravi. Ravi had suspected that Rajamma was behind her father's death, so he had procured a country-made pistol and tried to kill her. But he had missed his target. He had fired 10 bullets, but he missed each time. But 2 bullets had hit her after ricocheting. Rajamma had been taken to a hospital in Bengaluru where she was operated upon. Rajama is still alive but is critical in the ICU. The cops who had heard about the shooting had inspected the crime scene. They had found that the gun which fired the shots was a country-made pistol. They asked everyone in the family if they had seen a suspect. No one had seen the shooter, but one of Rajama's relatives had seen a man a few hours before she was shot. At the time, she wondered why he had been there, but did not expect any threat from him. But after she was shot, she told the cops what she had seen.
ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದ್ರಂತೆ. ಆಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಅತ್ತೆಯವರು ಪಡ್ಸಲಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿರೋಂಥವ್ರು ಈಕಂದು ಇವ್ನು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಂಗಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದೇನೇನೋ, ಅಮ್ಮ ಸಾಮಾನು ಜೋಡಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದವಳು ನಾನು ಆದ್ನಿ, ಅಂಗಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದೇನೇನೋ ಬಿಡು ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಅವು ಜೋಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಬೈಡ್ ಅಂದದ್ದಂತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾದ್ದು, ಊರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳ್ತದೆ, ಯಾರೋ ಪಟಾಕಿ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟವ್ರೆ, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಸ್ಟೈರ್ ಬಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗದ ಪಟಾಕಿ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟದೆ ಅಂತ ಇವರು. ಇವಳು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬಿದ್ದೋದ, ಇವ್ರ ಅಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮ ಅತ್ತೆ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಬಂದು ಓ ಹಿಂಗಾಗೋಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೆಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಗೊಂಡು ಇದೇ ಆಟಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಗೂರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಗೂರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಶಾಪ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದು ಗುಂಡೇಟು, ಯಾರಮ್ಮ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ದವರು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಮಂಡ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಮಂಡ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇವ್ರು ಕಾರ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಂಡ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
The cops had a suspect now. Based on what this old woman told them, they got a sketch of the suspect. They showed it to people around, and within no time, they had found him. The suspect was none other than Ravi. Ravi stayed a few meters away from Rajama's house. The cops went in and searched his house. They found the gun too. Now they were convinced that he was the accused. They took him to the station and grilled him, and he finally confessed to shooting Rajama. He told the cops that Rajama had killed his father and that he had avenged his father's death by murdering her. But he did not know that Rajama was still alive. The cops investigated to see if what Ravi told them was true. They found that his father had died of natural causes.
ಮಳವಳ್ಳಿ ತಾಲೂಕು ಹಲಗೂರು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಠಾಣಾ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿಯ ಗಾಣಾಳು ಗ್ರಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ರಾಜಮ್ಮ, ವೈಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೇಟ್ ಮುತ್ತುರಾಜ ಅನ್ನೋರಿಗೆ ರವಿ ತಂದೆ ಚಂದ್ರಯ್ಯ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಒಂದು ಬಂದೂಕಿನಿಂದ ಗುಂಡನ್ನು ಹಾರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ಅವರ ಕೈ ಮತ್ತು ಪಕ್ಕೆಗೆ ಏಟಾಗಿ ಅವರು ವಿಕ್ಟೋರಿಯಾ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆಯನ್ನು ಪಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ರವಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ದಸ್ತಗಿರಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈತ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೊಲೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣವನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಸುಮಾರು ಜೂನ್ ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರ ತಂದೆ ಚಂದ್ರಯ್ಯ ಅನ್ನೋರು ಮೃತಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದರು. ಅದು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಠಾಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಹಲಗೂರು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಠಾಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಕರಣ ಕೂಡ ದಾಖಲಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅವರ ಸಾವಿಗೆ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ರಾಜಮ್ಮ ಅವರೇ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಕಾರಣ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ತಪ್ಪು ಗ್ರಹಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ರಾಜಮ್ಮ ಅವರ ಮೇಲೆ ಗುಂಡನ್ನು ಹಾರಿಸಿ ಕೊಲೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ಕಂಡುಬಂದಿದೆ. ರವಿಯನ್ನು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ದಸ್ತಗಿರಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಮತ್ತು ಕೃತ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬಳಸಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಆಯುಧವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಅಮಾನತುಪಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
They asked Ravi why he had thought Rajama had killed his father. That is when he told the cops, and they were shocked. Before we tell you what he told the cops, look at this man. This is Ramesh. Ramesh is Rajama's uncle. He hated Rajama after she had come back to live with her father. So he told Ravi that Rajama had killed his father. He knew Ravi was looking for revenge. He thought he could kill two birds with one stone. So he had got Ravi drunk and convinced him that Rajama was the killer. Ravi, who had gone bonkers in the quest to avenge his father's death, believed Ramesh and even went on to procure a gun and shoot her. He had no idea who Ramesh was. He had believed a total stranger. In fact, when the cops questioned Ravi, he did not even know of Ramesh's name. But the cops wanted to crack the case, so based on the description Ravi gave them, they got a sketch of Ramesh, and again, within no time, the family had identified the sketch and told them who it was. Even they had not suspected Ramesh would want Rajama dead. The cops found Ramesh in no time and took him to the station for questioning. At first, Ramesh pretended to know nothing, but the cops were relentless. They got a confession out of him. Now it is learned that Ramesh and Rajamma had been having fights since the time she returned home. Ramesh was Rajamma's uncle. He wanted all his brother's property to himself. His brother had even agreed to give it all to him, as all his children were well settled. But after Rajamma had returned home, he thought he wouldn't get any of the property. He wanted Rajamma dead. He was looking for the perfect opportunity to kill her. When he heard that Ravi wanted to avenge his father's death, he thought he could trick Ravi. So he got him drunk and even told him where he could procure a gun. And the rest is history. While the cops have managed to crack the case now, Rajamma continues to suffer. Her condition is still critical and doctors are still uncertain about her chances of survival. But the bigger issue here is the law and order situation in Mandya. Mandya has witnessed several murders in the last 2 weeks. Will cops be able to bring the situation to control before it is too late? Ravi Lalipalya for News 9, Mandya.